I'm not doing the Board of Grievances. If you're expecting a Board of Grievances, it's not coming. But I'm going to say this. Anybody who said a bad word about Leonard after Game 2, if you praise him now, it doesn't count. Robin Leonard tonight was fantastic, and Vegas got breaks early and then shut it down. And anybody who might be wondering, well, why would Vegas be a favorite for the Stanley Cup? Just take tonight's footage, all of it, and give it to them. Don't broadcast it to them because then there's a copyright thing. Just, and make sure that you disclaim. Anyways. So, this was a game between a team that looks like a contender and a team that tries really hard. The effort is there. I will not throw any shade at the Vancouver Canucks. The effort was there. And from Horvat to Markstrom, all the way back, the effort was there. They're against a team that is just better. And there's no shame in that. This is now a 2-1 series in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights. For Vancouver, they now have to win 3 out of 4. And they have to win tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is your big game. If Vancouver fails tomorrow night, then this series is basically done. I still have that pride that Vancouver wins Game 2 and still have that pride that Vancouver knocked out Minnesota, knocked out St. Louis. I am perfectly fine with a loss against the Vegas Golden Knights. So, for people who didn't watch the first review, yes, I've got new magnets to denote periods. So, and I didn't use the same ones on this board that I used on the other one. So, because be different. First thing I noticed was that my friend Michael was singing tonight, so good job, Michael. Now, if they use the same performance multiple times, do you get paid each time, or did they just pay you for the one and then just keep reusing it? That's the question I had with that. I was like, hey, is that a by use? Just let me know. Because one of those things that's a curiosity that, sure. Leonard in the net for the Vegas Golden Knights. And that's noteworthy because, of course, there were those who expected Fleury to be in net. They're like, it's got to be Fleury. Fleury's the guy. You have to go to Fleury. My answer was, maybe. They'll go to Fleury tomorrow night is my guess because it's a back-to-back. They're up 2-1. My guess is Marc-Andre Fleury plays tomorrow night. That's my guess. Marchessault takes a penalty. The Canucks go to the power play. The Canucks power play, very, very frustrated tonight. The Vegas Golden Knights have countered this power play very, very well, and they were playing much better against this power play than St. Louis did, than Minnesota did, and this is where we're at. Vegas killed that off. Then Tuch scores from Roy and Martinez at 4:05, and it's another one of these lob, fast break goals that Tuch has. Now, the funny thing is, people keep talking about, hey, you didn't talk enough about Tuch, and look at this, he's getting all these goals. Right. He didn't get them during the regular season. And Tuch had some real cold spells this year. Now, clearly he's feeling it. He's hot, and they're getting him the puck. That's what you do in the playoffs. He's having a John Druce-like run right now, so you just give him the puck and let him run with it. And so he gets a goal there. That's the 4th game in a row he's had a goal. Then Hughes was guilty of a turnover. And the 4th shot of the game, Whitecloud scores from Pacioretty and Carlson at 5:27. So they're a minute and 22 seconds apart. Vegas is ahead 2-0, and I would argue Vancouver had been the better team to that point in the game. Doesn't matter. 2 breaks, that's all it takes. That's it. It doesn't have to be a dominant performance and a ton of shots. They only had 4 shots, and 2 of them went in the net. And I got nervous at that point, like, okay, Markstrom's numbers could end up being ugly. They don't. Markstrom settled it down, but you can't allow 2 against Vegas Golden Knights. So Roussel mixed it up with Whitecloud, and I put up there, oh goody, because Roussel seemed to be kind of stirring things up, and I thought, he can't be doing this. He can't. Because, again, Vegas feeds on this energy. You have just let them nap. Let them have a nice nap. Bring a pillow. And don't hit them with it. Just hey guys, listen, I'm not going to bug you tonight. Here's a pillow. You guys need any warm milk? You guys good? No, we promise we won't score. Just go ahead and have a nap. So Tuch gets a fast break again. and that one didn't go in, but I was like, boy, if Tuch scores again, that's where you're probably going to put in Demko, and then all bets are off. Marchessault takes a penalty, then Smith took one. It was a 5-on-3 for the Canucks. But between Leonard and the three guys in front of him, they kill it off. No concerns. And once that 5-on-3 failed to click for Vancouver, that's actually when I put Vegas 2-1 on the board. Because I thought, yep, this is a Vegas game. And it's not to put Vancouver down. It's because once Vegas has got that lead, they're pretty solid. They're pretty good at it. So, shots were 13-4 for the Canucks at that point, 11 minutes and 32 seconds into the game. Miller then takes a penalty, and Vegas gets a power play. But the Canucks penalty kill held. And I thought the Canucks penalty kill was pretty good tonight. I did. I know the overall stats will tell you, well, not that great, but I thought they played pretty well. Then Beagle takes a late penalty. Vegas goes back to the power play. Sutter would have no stick. There was a stick break. That means it's kind of a 5-on-3.5, but the Canucks did clear it. They did manage to survive that. There were only 2 shots on the power play for Vegas. Then in the last minute, Stevenson gets a chance. That doesn't go. Second period, Stastny had a shot that was kicked out by Markstrom. Markstrom then stopped Theodore, as Vegas seemed to be getting stronger during this game, and Theodore had a great game again. Stetcher then had the best shot to fool Leonard. Like, it almost went in. It was one of those kind of... It was one of those, not a trick shot, but it was one of those change-ups that almost fools the goalie and goes in. And if that had gone in, who knows what might have happened. But Stetcher taking a shot that, it looked like it had a chance and it didn't go in. Whitecloud seemed to want another one. Zach Whitecloud gets one, and he's like, I want to go again. As their blue line starts to put up points and goals as well. Stone Pacioretty play just missed. Vegas definitely taking over the game at this point. Vegas with a shot block, and then Carlson goes the other way right after, and there's a quick rush that's stopped by Markstrom. So this is that block and go. Block, go. Just that the turnovers. Once Vegas gets that puck, they're a big team, and they're fast and they're talented. You're looking for that weakness, right? I don't know where the weakness is with the Vegas Golden Knights. Shots favored Vegas. Leonard was good when he was tested. Hughes was guilty of a trip, so we go to a late power play for Vegas. But the Canucks penalty kill held again. So this is another instance where the Canucks penalty kill holds. Last minute, Raw takes a penalty. The Canucks get the power play. This is your official turning point. So we go to the third period, the Canucks with a power play. They need to score on this power play to start the period. But they get a too many men on the ice penalty. Which, when you're 5-on-4, it's almost unforgivable that you get a penalty on the power play with a too many men call, but that's what happens. And they mentioned at this point, too, that Pacioretty wasn't on the bench. Doesn't matter. They get the power play after that brief 4-on-4. Stone scores from Theodore and Smith at 2:19. It's a top corner snipe. There's no way that Markstrom had a chance on that one. And so Stone, he adds that third goal. And you got the feeling like, okay, so that's officially it. Vancouver's not scoring 3 in the third period against Vegas. Roussel got a 10-minute misconduct. And I put G's there for 2 reasons. One, he definitely has a short leash. I don't know what he has said to officials. I don't know what he has said to Vegas. I don't know what the deal is. I hope after this series is over, we find out why he automatically gets 10-minute misconducts. But this, again, felt like the referee saying, we need to take you out of this situation. And again, when Roussel plays this way, Vancouver doesn't get a goal. This is 2 games now where Roussel plays that way, and Vancouver doesn't get a goal. Why is he doing this? So, Leonard denied Horvat. Stone goes the other way. He hits the post. And it really felt like game 1 at that stage. Because, again, you've got Roussel in for a 10-minute misconduct. Vegas is getting close to blowing this thing wide open. Pacioretty would return to the bench. Did not return to the game. He didn't actually take the ice in that third period. Mott had a break. Missed that one high. Vegas playing really solid defense. No quick breaks for the Vancouver Canucks tonight. They're not allowing that home run pass that they were getting against St. Louis, that they were getting against Minnesota. It's just not happening in this series. Canucks unable to break through, even though they get a power play. Reeves took a penalty, but they couldn't get through that wall. Whether it was Leonard that was the wall or the defense in front of him and the shot blocking going on, Vancouver could not break through. And then I've got on the board here, who's Whitehead? Because Chris Cuthbert has done this more than once in this series, where he's called Zach Whitecloud Whitehead. And now, I know that with Chicago, I called Hightower more than once because I'm a huge Police Academy fan. But the reality is, the original, none of the sequels. The sequels were terrible. But the reality is, Whitehead's not. That's not. You can see his name. Anyways, so I put up there. Who's Whitehead? Goaltender gets pulled with around 2 minutes left. Virtanen would hit the post, and the puck then bounced right back to him. But Vancouver cannot solve Robin Lehner. Robin Lehner, his second shutout in this series. He has allowed 4 goals in 3 games. And yet there's going to be somebody in the comment section that says, well, this wasn't really a shutout because, really he didn't face any good shots. Really, he wasn't very good. He's got 2 shutouts in 3 games, but how good is he? Anyways, shots were 16-10 in the first for Vancouver against that goaltender who was apparently a sieve after game 2. And I saw people saying, stop making excuses for Lehner. Where's it now? 15-7 were the shots in favor of Vegas in the second period. I wish it was Vancouver, but it wasn't. And the shots were in favor of Vegas 10-9 in the third. The final shots 34-32 for Vegas. The hits 39-29 for Vegas. Vegas brought the physical play. The Canucks, to their credit, kept the hits down because when their hits are up, they generally end up like this. But hey, power plays, Vegas 1 for 4, Vancouver 0 for 5. That's your big storyline. They fail on the 5-on-3. They had the chance early in the third. They don't convert. Now that power play that was bringing them to this part of the playoffs, now it is seemingly what's taking them out of the playoffs. Lehner, all 32 saves, and interestingly enough, the graphic they put up, he's had 4 wins in his career against Vancouver. They're all shutouts. Every single one of them. So this might be part of the reason why Peter DeBoer is like, I'm going to stay with Lehner. Because if he beats Vancouver, they don't allow a goal. That's one of those weird statistics that you're going to get. Markstrom saves 31 out of 34 in the loss. Like I said, Game 4 is tomorrow. And we'll see if Vancouver has that fight back. The good news is, usually in the back-to-backs, you get a split. So for Vancouver, hope's not lost. I'm not saying it's lost, but this was a pretty dominant performance by the Vegas Golden Knights once they got through that first period. And in that first period, they scored the only 2 goals. So that's where it gets tough. If you're Travis Green, you have to look at it and say, well, we had a really good game. We just didn't get the breaks. And you have to kind of tell your team, you kind of need to keep playing that way and hope that the breaks start going your way. So we'll see what Vancouver does in the next game. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below regarding this game. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.